sure, I would say. Like this update is such a huge improvement, and I think even for weaker computers, the game performance should be so much better.
True. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Here we go. Dazator is using one of the new HUD options and goes with the speedometer below the champion, but yeah, I can't really see how much UPS he's going anyway, because for me it's a big 0. Anyway, he picks up the heavy and takes relatively little amounts of damage. Spit is being used in the railgun as well. Fired Leroy finally hits something with that weapon, but Dazator snacks away the other item, and well, so far he gives us his Pac-Man impression. Oh, another encounter. Leroy really wants to keep the pace up, something that Sonic is very good at, and he has all the weapons, and the rocket launcher is not a sufficient weapon to defend yourself. First blood, Leroy.
Yeah, it was really the arsenal that Dazator was working with was not that grand, and look at this! Leroy has a welcome committee right at the portal exit, and well, Dazator, he exploded.
It was like a piñata.
Yeah. Oh, but now there's some...
You just don't want to be the piñata. Dazator gets something as well, a little present for being the piñata, but the present is acid spin, and yuck. That's not very good. It even like burns your metal, and 2 back-to-back rails, and Leroy actually like he's warmed up and ready to rumble already. There's no warm-up or break-in period. He had his warm-up.
Ooh, but now look at this. Dazator gets the mega health mid-fight, and Leroy isn't hitting his shots, so Dazator gets on the board. Well, it's a great time, because he has everything to defend this heavy, but look at the speedy champ! But he's too early, and he will die for it. Yeah, Dazator is just rotating both items. Not much left for Dazator. And this being Wounds of Sarnath, Dazator will know that his enemy is shopping for those 2 lights between the major items. He just denied one, so the next one will be at the nil platform. Oh, well, Leroy did have the nice position there on the mid position, but oh, he eats a rocket. Or is it lunch? No, it's dinner. It's dinner time. He ate a rocket for dinner. Well, Leroy gets a nice defensive position on the heavy. He gets it. But, oh, is it able to seal the deal? There was some spit on Dazator, who had 6 health left. 1 tick, and it would get Leroy the tie-breaking frag. Dazator got to a health level right in time. He has no stack to fight for the next major item though. And yeah. Well, Leroy decides to not drop down, and this means, although he had the mega health, he is not able to conquer the heavy.
It looked like he was more busy with picking up more weapons and stuff, but Dazator missing a lot of shots, and Leroy's not... earns himself the mega, and now the stack difference is overwhelming. Dazator needs not to be found, but Leroy does a great job in finding him, but he also finds his rockets. And the stack difference was almost negated, but in the end, the clutch rail, I mean, there was not much stack left for Dazator. And Dazator steals away the heavy, and now he could actually chase it up, but no, he wants position over the kill. And I think that's a good idea, because it's a tight game, and establishing control is more worth than just getting 1 frag and losing it right off there again.
True. He doesn't have his wall hack, so he has to wait a bit for that. And Leroy is in a healthy stack apartment. But yeah, he still now... Dazator got the heavy. He wants to do the opening damage, and he gets it because Dazator just jumps onto a jump pad where he's greeted by an LG of Leroy, and this will make him earn the mega health. Still a bit low on the armor side, but look at this. He trades a rail. and had enough stack to survive it. Well, dazator had... Well, not enough to survive it.
Impressive.
Oh, Leroy presses forward in the heavy. And yeah, that's a death sentence for dazator.
5-minute warning.
He did do some damage. So if he's quick...
He's not quick. He's not quick. He even spawned at the rail, and if he gambled a lot, which is not recommended, he could have gotten an angle while Leroy crossed the eyeball, but in the end, Leroy picked up the mega and the stack stabilized for him. He still has all the arsenal he needs, really. And he has the heavy. Oh, great rail from dazator, and I think this was a vision rail, as you just see the ability coming on cooldown.
Oh, no.
Great direct. He could rocket jump up, but no, he's happy with dealing great damage from below. 145 damage with just 2 rockets. And dazator, all the stack he just picked up is absolutely vanished. He smells it. Solag is not only hungry, but also has a good sense of smelling for its prey. Knows that dazator is going for that light armor, but can't really punish it for now. And in the end, dazator setting up in the T-con to get this mega, and he's looking good, hitting 3 back-to-back rails. Again with the piercing sight used, you can see that because of the, detonating soul leg basically. And now he has position for the heavy as well. This is great for dazator. He can turn this around now. Establishing control, having all the weapons, and also deny positions to his opponent is what he should do next. Oh, but Leroy, his limited arsenal working wonders for him. Hits the rail, but then another one comes back. And dazator is the master of the time vials. Oh no, now we see if he can read it. No, he can't, but at least he can deny a light armor. Leroy setting up at the stairs. dazator's not looking there. Now he's just... Yeah, in the last second he decided to go there, and the fadeaway rail. Burning does not... Yeah. Deal too much damage. He has so much stack that he can compensate, and he also has his ability ready again and uses it immediately. This man has a rotation up, and the rail hitting Leroy again. Leroy though is firing back. This man always picks up the rail after spawning. Oh, the lightning gun spray is not really connecting anything, and dazator needs to get the F out of there. No lightning and ammunition rockets to fight, but Leroy is not gonna make it to the heavy, and fortunately dazator somewhat stabilizes. I say that a bit too early because Leroy is hitting those rails today. Another one, he's on the death's door right now, Rob.
Yeah, and I think Leroy just earned himself the mega health. And has great stack to fight for this heavy. But oh, there is some defensive damage, so he can hit the next one. He might have an in, but no. Leroy returns the favor. While dazator already was low, so he gets another one in the board. But yeah, dazator has 2 minutes to do something about the control Leroy is working with. I think it was a large part of the map that is already in the hands of Leroy, but dazator is mounting a comeback. But, it needs to start with getting back in control again. I think he's now doing a great job of just waiting there with the LG. Leroy cannot fall down. Yeah, he can, but he will get some major damage on himself. So dazator gets the heavy and is now on the hunt.
It basically would have been a huge gamble for Leroy to drop there. Even if he hits 2 good rockets, the shaft will do so much damage, but... dazator now with a huge gamble himself as he rocket jumps up back into his opponent to cut off his way to the mega. That was a brave play.
Indeed.
But, I mean, it worked out, right?
Yeah, but he will lose out to the heavy. If he's not here to do any entry or exit damage, then... Ooh, it is a hard 45 seconds for dazator.
Yeah, 300 stack Solag. There are things that is easier to kill. Make that almost 400 stack now, as the lizard lady is not missing a beat. Good rail to remove a little bit of, a bigger chunk of the stack portion, but nowhere near enough to justify an all-in fight for dazator at this point.
Yeah, look at the play of
Leroy.
Leroy was just waiting here. Just
I mean, the time, right? He has 15 seconds to kill.
True, yeah, but even if the dazator came to attack him, he had a great position to do a lot of damage without getting
with
much.
The hero rocket jump, but the direct speed and the acid burn effect is adding up. 12 HP hours left. Dazator can't clutch it out in the end as the rocket from Leroy nets him the first win of today's tournament.
Nice.
Close match, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
And you can see on the item pickups as well that it was a hard fight for both of the players. No one really could just grab a lead and run away.
But yeah, if you see score-wise, I think Leroy was in the lead for the large part. dazator did tie it up, but I think he never went in the lead over Leroy. Oh, let's change the... Where's the HUD thingy? The speedometer. It's off on my side. Why do we still see it? Oh, okay. So the player who you are spectating.
It's all his fault.
Yeah.
Blame him.
Indeed.
No, but honestly, yeah, I think the input as well as the speedometer is player's choice, not spectator's choice.
Okay.
Okay, but now Awoken, this is dazator's pick. Given how close the first map was, I'm gonna say this one is going to be evenly close.
Round begins in.
Yeah, it really depends on the Athena play, right? It can work,
Fight.
or it doesn't.
Yeah. And let's see what Leroy is able to do with it. And he cuts off Doom's way immediately, but Doom is having none of it. One rail, almost the vertical one, and this really would have justified even activating the Berserk to just completely punch Athena's first life away. But Leroy is still trying to be aggressive, and I mean, speaking of abilities in the Berserk, Doom activates his ability so rarely that Athena always has to
Stopwatch.
Yeah, has to work with the vials, so her hooks are basically never on cooldown. But for now, it's just like, it seems like they always try to make a play on a somewhat defensive opponent, not reading the movement, but rather reading that their opponent would defend their position, which is not happening now. And for the first time, we see an encounter for a position, which is ended quickly because both players just walk past each other, and it's a slower start than we had on Ruins.
Yeah, wow. Oh, dazator is getting railed 2 times in a row. And I do think, yeah, Leroy is always falling back to the item while dazator picks it up. So I think he does get more out of it. Leroy is also hitting 2 for 1. And yeah, I think now with the delay he added, he might go for both. Yeah, especially now dazator is fudging his movement.
Yeah, and now he has the position. dazator does neither have position nor stack to fight for this item. He does anyway. And Leroy gets the first frag of this game as well. I think he did the same on Ruins. And I'm not gonna say Athena is hitting critical mass point because the stack is basically even, but Leroy is hitting much more lightning gun there. Survives with over 100 stack. dazator can't hit the tiny little Athena hitbox, and yeah, Leroy gets another frag. Oh, huge! Those hooks are placed so well. Despite a huge 2 rockets from dazator can't break the cycle of kills that is coming out from Leroy. Oh, and another direct. No, this hurts so much. And the killing blow with the rail. I mean, he technically can refrag, but technically he can't because he never has weapons. And look at that. Every damage coming out from Leroy is pixel perfect. It's twice the amount of damage that dazator has done so far.
Yeah, he also has the great position to do a lot of damage on the heavy pickup. Look at this. Dazator have nothing left from that pickup. He does hit some rockets though. And well, the next major item is 5 seconds away. If he is Speedy Gonzalez. But no, he just walks around the corner and gets punished again. Well, I don't think he did enough to at least get the heavy. But no overstack on Dazator anymore, especially after this rocket from Leroy, who's in survival mode, but he's already 6 frags in the lead. So he can mitigate something of that, of not getting into control.
Yeah, and now not using your ability and denying the vials to the Athena is coming back to harm Dazator, because every time he catches Leroy, she's just swoop out of there, hook out of there, move somewhere else. You can't really catch it.
Yeah, but still, right? It's against the light, so if she's not in control and you can get the damage out.
Impressive.
Yeah, 2 rails seal the deal. So for Leroy to get away with how Athena works, she just needs at least basic armor stack. But that's very hard to get when you're not in control.
Definitely. And not only this, but yeah, well, it's also hard to keep up. She's so quick around the map.
Yeah, now it will be a little bit more dangerous for Dazator.
Catch me now.
Oh, he does hit his shots. Well, Leroy isn't hitting his, but the shotgun is doing major damage. And yeah, he wanted to chase, but Dazator had a surprise around the corner.
And now we see the flip side of the coin. If you're being a light champion, you die quickly when you don't have control, and just a little bit tickling of LG and you're railable already, or basically a half decent shotgun blast will put you into railable territory. And because the player in control mostly has the railgun as well, it spells hard time and a lot of pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Leroy needs to be much more defensive when he's out of control. I think you really shouldn't peek if you don't have any armor on yourself, because yeah, 1 rail or rocket and you're basically dead already.
Yeah, or at least be hard to read and not just... Ah, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna show my little nose here. Have fun.
Oh, well, he did great. He hit an air rocket. Dazator only on 75 and 50 armor, and well, he gets a little bit trapped in this corner. Is he gonna jump down? He will certainly die. No, he just had enough for the first rail shot, but the second rail shot also hits. And yeah, Leroy is back in a healthy fighting condition. He will need some armor though.
Yeah, but he already has the weapons he needs, and despite getting some damage from behind, his stack is still looking okay. Dazator, though, is in the better spot for the heavy and the better stack as well. I'm not gonna sure if Leroy is going to contest. Maybe we see something like this, a cheeky rail angle, which is rather safe, but no, the self-rocket again. Dazator is a bit too late for the Mega, but he has the ammo to back that push up. But what the fadeaway rocket! How did he bend that over the ledge though, Rob?
I really thought, no, this was a death sentence for the Dazator, but he walks away with it. And also gets great opening damage. Leroy was just hooking through the screen and yeah, eating LG for dinner. Yeah, it's dinner time.
Yeah, you could call it dinner time.
What?
As we see multiple rails because the weapon switch of Dazator was just too fast for the netcode to handle. But he also ties up the game, and yeah, now Athena, I mean, he can hit brilliant lightning gun, but he has so much less stack. And there we go, perfectly timed click. as dazator makes this a point-and-click adventure. He's not reading the position right. Oh, now he does. Huge rail from... Oh, and Leroy, great weapon choice. Despite picking the heavy, a few bullets of the starting machine gun would have sealed the deal, and they does so. But he has no armor himself, and dazator's aggression of the spawn with the lightning gun spells more than pain for him. He needs to get out of there. Fortunately, does not give away any angles. And dazator falls back to deny all the resources on the map. Leroy is hurting.
Yeah,
Fortunately, dazator is not having the rail. Otherwise, he would be a one-click.
I'm still amazed that Leroy just takes so much risk of just staying or sticking around to do damage. Get some armor first or some health, especially when you get railed. He wasn't in control, so I think he should be a little bit more defensive on that place. But oh, look at this!
Bye bye. Yeah, out of control. You don't gonna survive 190 damage straight into the face in quick succession. Oh, and dazator's not stopping. I mean, I was gonna say he could now play hard to get and use his mobility to deny angles, but he's just getting more frags. Make it even harder for a light jump to come back out of this. There you go. Oh, now he could sneak away an item. No, he's on the wrong spot.
Oh, no,
dazator played the
dazator.
position perfectly.
dazator, wrong weapon out though. But he did. Wow, circle around, fresh out of the portal, and oh, he gets the kill, but no.
From above.
Yeah, he loses out on the mega health, and yeah, Leroy will get on the board, right? Well, not before dazator did a lot of damage, but well, Leroy still has some stack to work with. Oh, that he falls in the end, and there's no time on the board, so we move on to a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Pretty nice for first series, to be honest. I like it. But I've also seen that these maps were close. I mean, 1 or 2 more rails missed from dazator, and Leroy never really loses control. Good luck winning that. And despite that fact, we see the huge amount of damage Leroy dealt. He just basically had no control and stack to work with. Because dazator gobbled up all the items.
True. Thanks for the follow, Kono Valio, and hello, viewers of Cthulhu the Great. Thanks for the raid. Let's see. The audio, I do it on single SFX. I think now everything is like it should. Yeah, but I do think the Athena of Leroy had an in on this map.
Yeah. I definitely would see that as well.
And he started with 6 cracks, right? But yeah, as soon as dazator got some control, yeah, Leroy wasn't able to concede being out of control, and that lost him the match in the end. But now we have a light versus a light. The invisibility against the inject, or the vaccinator.
Vaccinator. Yeah, let's go with the vaccinator for today.
Oh, thanks for the follows, Miss Hooter and Joe Freezer. Or Fraser.
I think what the vaccinator is going, that he can deny more vials because he can kind of spam his ability. Because in this matchup, you're not as, let's say, bound to have the 50 inject as a lifeline. And unless dazator decides to go all out aggressive and use it as a playmaker rather than a frag denial for Leroy, I think Leroy will have the majority of the vials for himself. But we will see that. I mean, after all, Flyover had one of the most entertaining Nyx plays we have seen in a long time. So let's start out on dazator. Oh, and they meet good rush from Leroy. But he does not have the weapon, and dazator does not realize he has the railgun. He could have dealt significant damage. But dazator reads the situation correct at least, and immediately moves over. Both major items for him, and Leroy is not really that healthy. dazator will guard that light armor for a bit. So Leroy won't have good stack for the heavy fight. If he fights, that is true.
Yeah, well, he is fighting and he hits the opening rail. Then vacates the area. Well, there is time maybe for dazator to shop for an angle on the Mega Health pickup. Oh, we even have an aggressive Fizz. Oh, but he doesn't continue. He's still a little bit worried for Leroy to do the punishing damage on him. But it's a clean pickup on both items, actually.
It is, and it's also a clean pickup of a lot of vials. Three parts in the banana. Does some self-damage, which I'm not so sure if it was on purpose, because there's no light to deny at the moment. Ah, there it is, I lied. So now he won't use the Ghost Walk, as Heavy is already up, but Leroy is not having the timing at all. Good use of the wall jump to not give up an angle, and there we go, an aggressive Ghost Walk. Leroy botches his rocket jump, and even the inject might not be able to save him, as dazator's tracking is well enough. A light armor pickup in the end, and now it's a game of positions. dazator falls back. He has not a real chance because he has much less space to maneuver around for this fight, and he does not want to give away another frag. Picks up some stack, so he could actually justify doing some damage. Oh, wrong weapon choice. Yeah. No, that would the perfect rail angle, Rob.
True, yeah. Oh, yeah, we get into a fight. And, wow, the opening damage is from Leroy, but there's the escape options for dazator. But I do think dazator is a more complete player. Like, his choice in conceding the items. The last map, Leroy just went for everything, even when he was low. And look at this, yeah, dazator is in survival mode, but he's also able to escape any fight. Well, sorry, I should have said it.
Stopwatch.
Oh, you're a Jinx master. Yeah, similarly to what dazator did at the start, Leroy is now guarding the light, but he forgot that the heavy's up, so dazator's saying, thanks a lot, you can have that, I'm happy with my big green armor here, you can have the small shield. dazator now has a rail as well, so he can justify a bit more aggressive play as they trade hits, and he goes in with a lightning gun against rockets at close quarter combat. The rockets are going to win almost every time, but he bullies Leroy away anyway. And I think a lot of it is due to that Leroy does not really want to risk dying. Oh, but now he's definitely risking it. Oh, good defensive rail. dazator decides to bail out before he loses control of the respawn of Leroy.
Yeah, if he didn't hit that rail, dazator had a straight way into his next frag. Oh, but now look at this. dazator just falls down into all the LG Leroy has prepared for him. And, well, they trade out on the rail fight. But, yeah, the LG was enough to get Leroy his second frag. And now he's just waiting here to do a lot of damage after the heavy pickup. And his entry damage sealed the deal on his third frag. Now dazator is just trying to force the situation. Oh, he doesn't hit anything. And Leroy hits everything.
Yeah, Leroy is sitting on 49% lightning gun against the Nyx. That's quite a task to start with. But he also is doing damage off the pickup and actually can punish dazator a lot, while dazator is not really able to return fire at all. dazator is merely hitting any rails. 4 out of 16 hit its mark. I mean, at the moment, both players are just throwing misses left and right with that weapon. But it doesn't really help dazator to make a comeback. That was a good fight for him, and the Ghost Walk used brilliantly as well. Oh, the perfect timing from dazator. And now he shows his claws as he lasers Anarchy out of his life. And this time he has all the resources to pick back up.
5-minute warning.
And get more stack. More than he actually needs even.
No, is he giving up an angle? Oh, no. Leroy is shopping for a rocket launcher. Oh, this still hits his rail. But dazator gets the mega health. And, yeah, now I think, Leroy might shop for an angle on the heavy pickup. Oh, no, he doesn't even appear. So now he's fighting a stacked light champion who also has a frustrating ability in his back pockets.
dazator had both lights armor, so Leroy did good to not fight, but dazator misses every LG cell there. I mean, fortunately the light railgun was up because he took it after the last rotation now after taking heavy. But it doesn't really give you a frag, and frags are what dazator is needing right now because he's 4 down. I mean, or Leroy just jumps out of the map 4 times, but I think getting frags is easier than...
Yeah, but 4 minutes for 4 frags, let's count. So he needs to get one in
That's
this
the
minute,
one.
yes. And still...
Oh, and he hurts his opponent as well. Now he's going to be quiet. Oh, and denies another light. Good play. But he can't hit, and now he's gonna... Yeah, now Anarchy's gonna get away with the mega. I'm telling you this.
Oh, nice usage of the ability. Oh, the dodging is great, though, from Leroy. And... Oh, I think Leroy is getting the better half of the major items. dazator has to do a lot of LG damage. Oh, but no, he's not the one who's ready for that fight.
Yeah, dazator thought that Leroy was gonna push to rail, but Leroy had dazator obviously and did not push to rail. And at this point, it seems like, although the way the game has went so far, I'm curious to see how dazator can force the fights with the Ghost Rock, which is definitely doable with the Nyx. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that they so far have been avoiding each other a lot, it's gonna be a tough call. This rail is an opening, but I'm not sure if you can force a fight, Rob. And he missed times.
No, there is a trap waiting for him. Oh, he did connect some LG, but major hand of the damage got on his body. Oh,
that's it. Leroy, great play there. The trap was huge. dazator has enough of the punishment. Leroy's great lightning gun this game definitely was a huge factor for him. Hitting over 45%. Yeah, and that's it. dazator calls it.
47% lightning gun on a Nyx. That hurts.
Indeed.
Tank.